And now for your sports news, we're joined by NTD's Dave Martin. Dave, good to see you as always.
Yeah, good to see you, Arlene.
And I know there's a lot going on this weekend as always.
There always is. Funny how that works out like that.
I know, isn't that funny? All right, so let's start with the NFL. I hear that the Washington Commanders are planning a new stadium and they might name it after President Trump.
Yeah.
What's going on there?
Yeah, this is that planned $3.7 billion stadium set to open in 2030. Now, White House Secretary Karoline Leavitt did not confirm this is going to be named after Trump, but she said, quote, "That would be a beautiful name, as it was President Trump who made the rebuilding of the new stadium possible." So officially, though, neither the White House nor the Washington Commanders have said it'll be named after Trump. Historically, of course, stadiums are named either after the team owners or maybe the team nickname or even the name of the city. In more recent years, they sell the naming rights to big corporations instead. But this stadium is being built on the old RFK Stadium site where the then Redskins played from 1961 to 1996. So there is precedent to name it after a political figure. And FYI, it wasn't named RFK Stadium until 1969. But Trump is planning to attend tomorrow's Commanders versus Lions game, so maybe he'll be talking to team executives then. I mean, it's certainly possible. In any case, the team apparently is not the one that actually decides that stadium name. That's up to the DC Council. So I'll have to stay tuned on that. I mean, I have no idea which way this could go. It possibly could, though, be named after Trump. That'd be kind of neat.
Well, so it was Karoline Leavitt who brought this up?
No, this was actually, that quote is actually from ESPN, who contacted Leavitt. I mean, the headline is is that Trump wants this stadium built after him. So they contacted her and said, well, what's up with that?
Right,
that was her quote. So
okay.
I don't know that we've heard the full truth about who wants it named what, but there's where we're at right now, all right?
So, rumor mill in the NFL.
The rumor mill for sure.
All right, so let's shift gears to college football. We've got a lot of games going on, ranked teams, big action. What's going on there?
Oh, man, we just second-ranked Indiana. I almost said Penn State. Indiana survived Penn State. They won in the final minute there. Won 27-24. Really an impossible throw and catch in the final minute. Let's take a look at this one now. Hoosiers were down 24-20 with 2 minutes left before forcing a punt. They then drove 73 yards in 10 plays to reach the end zone. Fernando Mendoza found Omar Cooper for an incredible touchdown. They then held on in the final seconds to remain undefeated, now 10-0. Nittany Lions, meanwhile, fought a 3-6 overall and 0-6 in the Big Ten in last place. Now, 2 years ago, I'd never say all that. Let's look at another big game today. 8th-ranked Texas Tech beat number 7 BYU 29-7. This was in Lubbock, Texas. Now, despite both teams being ranked in the top 10, this really was not a very close game. Cougars suffered their first loss of the season. Now, Red Raiders are now in sole place of first possession within the Big 12 with a 6-1 conference record. Let's look at some more scores here. Georgia beat Mississippi State 41-21 in an SEC battle. Number 1 Ohio State beat Purdue 34-10. So Ohio State number 1 in the country as well as in the Big Ten. And back in the SEC, Ole Miss, ranked number 6, beat the Citadel 49-0. Now going on right now, we've got some big games in both the SEC and the Big Ten. 22nd ranked Missouri trails Texas A&M, 3rd ranked Texas A&M 30-10 right now in Missouri. And in the Big Ten, number 9 Oregon is up 15-10 against number 20 Iowa. We got tonight Notre Dame, 10th ranked Notre Dame hosts Navy. Now the midshipmen are unranked, but they actually have a better record than Notre Dame at 7-1. That game is 7:30 Eastern time. Also at 7:30, big one in the SEC. 4th ranked Alabama hosts LSU. Now the Tigers have dropped out of the rankings after 3 straight losses, and they fired their head coach Brian Kelly. They're still a formidable opponent, in my eyes anyway. And this has been quite a good rivalry game in recent years, really, because Nick Saban led both of these schools to national titles. So it was a big rivalry when they ever played. So that should be a good one as well, I mean.
So do we have any teams that are right now you think are on top, or that you know are on top in college football?
You know, I don't think there's anyone that really stands out to me yet. Only because, number 1 Ohio State really has not been tested by having to play a great team yet. Indiana, I would say, is starting to become battle tested. It's so strange to think of Indiana as a powerhouse football team. I mean, they never even won more than 9 games in a season until last year, and I think won 11 last year. There's 10 this year. The SEC, though, is a much more difficult conference. I would think maybe Georgia or Alabama would be a more formidable opponent. Each of those have losses, though. Ohio State and Indiana are undefeated. So my short answer is nobody has really stood out to me yet that I can say that they're really head and shoulders above everybody else, in my opinion.
All right, well, so many teams playing in college football, and now we're off to college basketball starting their new season, and we've got like a bunch of games today and a top 20 showdown at Madison Square Garden. Tell me about that.
Yeah, number 15 Alabama beats number 5 St. John's. It was a home game for St. John's this afternoon at MSG, 103-96, very high-scoring game. Let's take a look. Crimson Tide were the highest scoring team in college basketball last year, 90 points a game, and it looks like that's just going to continue with this one. 2-0 now go Alabama, 1-1 in St. John's. Meanwhile, elsewhere, 6th-ranked Duke had no problem with Western Carolina. They won 95-54 in that one. Blue Devils had a 24-point halftime lead, really cruised from there. And number 2, Houston beat Towson 65-48. Now the Cougars coming off that very heartbreaking loss in the national championship game last April. Looks like they're doing all right though. Now tonight we've got several more ranked teams in action. 14th ranked Arkansas will be at number 22 Michigan State. That'll be 7 o'clock Eastern time. Then at 10:30, Oklahoma is at 21st ranked Gonzaga. So yeah, this is the first big college basketball Saturday, really, of the year, I would say. But usually, you know, basketball kind of falls behind football until football season ends. But I still pay attention to it.
So when does that kick in as far as being the main sport that you're going to be watching, basketball?
Well, for college basketball, it'd be January. I mean, the college football season will start to wind down in mid-December, and then you'll have the playoffs starting then, the bowl games. So then people start paying more attention to basketball as the season winds down there. Yeah, I think the championship game is like the second Monday in January. So that's when we start paying attention to basketball.
All right, lots of games to watch before then. And then moving to tennis, they're getting to the end of their season. The ATP Finals start on Sunday. What's going on there?
Well, for one, the number 1 ranking is going to be up for grabs here. Right now, Jannik Sinner has a very slight lead over Carlos Alcaraz. And really, those two, they really separated themselves from the rest of the pack. They won all 4 majors this year. The 2 of them won all 4 majors the year before. And they even met in the championship match at each of the last 3 majors. That's never been done before. So they have a very good rivalry going. Alcaraz was actually asked about their friendly rivalry yesterday. Here's what he had to say.
Yeah, probably the people might be surprised about it because when they think about a rivalry, when they think about fighting for great things, fighting for the number 1 spot, we have to hate each other, and I think that's not true. Once we step on the court, we have 4 goals. We want to do our best just to win the match. But after when we shake hands, you know, off the court, we are the same person, and that's I think that's a really healthy rivalry that we have, and I think that's great for sports as well.
Yeah, I'm very happy to be here. You know, it's the last tournament we play. Let's see what's coming, but I'm very happy to play in Italy once again after Rome, coming back here in Turin after last year. It's great, and we all hope for a great event.
So this event features the top 8 ranked players separated into 2 groups of 4. They have like round robin play, and then the top 2 from each group end up advancing to the semifinals. Finals then is on November 16th. So if either Alcaraz or Sinner wins this, they would surely then be number 1 at the end of the year, which is kind of a big deal in tennis because it basically means you had the better season. So,
you know, I'm a little confused because I thought tennis ended already. Why am I confused?
Well, you know,
wasn't there something else about tennis we talked about a while back? Was that Wimbledon?
Yeah, there was Wimbledon, the U.S. Open, the French Open. It winds down. Once the U.S. Open ends in September, it starts to wind down for sure. This is the final event of the year, and then really we don't really start up until January. You get the Australian Open.
I see.
And
okay.
Pretty much the official start to the season. So they get about 6 or 8 weeks off, maybe.
Oh, and then they're right back at it.
Then they're right back at it. I would assume they're training the whole time, though, to be honest with you. They're just at least not on the road.
Right. All right, Dave. Well, thanks so much for your updates as usual.
Oh, thank you, Arlene.